Hi Flosstube, it's Nursa from Nursa's Stitching Lifestyle. Welcome back. Today's date is 2nd of April 2023. It's a beautiful autumn day in Christchurch, New Zealand. Hasn't been too bad. I've been a bit quiet this month. I was actually off work for 10 days with COVID. Not a nice experience. Don't want to go through that again. It's the second time. But we do have a wee bit of stitching progress to show you. Couldn't concentrate on a lot during that period. Kind of flitted, slept, read. Couldn't really concentrate on the old stitching, which is a shame. Still put a couple of stitches in, but not a lot. I do have some previous finishes to show you. I have a finish and a few whips. So not too much this time round. So we'll get started with the previous finishes. Just grab my notes. First one I'm going to show you, sorry, leaning out of the screen, is one that actually normally sits in the little spot here behind my head. And it is called Stitches Sampler by Ginger and Spice. Which you can do in the black or the white. Of course I did it on the pages. And I finished this one in 2018. I love the detail down at the bottom here. The ladies sewing and embroidering and stitching. Oh, just beautiful. This one I framed myself. It's not too bad a job. In here you can put your name, but at the time I left it out and she's all laced and stuff, so she's not being fixed up. That was back, yeah, like I said, 2018, and when it's stitched on Ada. That looks like it was tea coffee dyed. I'll show it again though. She is an old but gorgeous sampler. Absolutely beautiful. So that is one from the archives. Another one that I have to show you. I don't have the pamphlet for it. But this one was even older than that, and this one is by Paula Vaughan, and it's the embroider. Sorry, it does have glass on it, and she is also stitched on Ada. She's beautiful. I went through a stage where I still love Paula Vaughan, but where I stitched quite a few of them, so there's a few more to show you. Sorry, leaning out of the screen. One from 2000 or pre-2000. Not quite sure on the exact date because I don't have it on my Instagram, which tells me it was definitely before then. And it is Too Pooped by Dimensions. One with the pussycat that sleeps in the tree. Pretty sure you can still get this one. I know you can get the one that's the cat in the library, but I think you can still get this one as well. Stitched on Ada, framed by myself, hence why there's big gaps at the sides, but I love it. These hang in my craft room. Sorry, it's going to pop out of the screen for a second. Just to grab the next two. Okay, so another one is a Mirabilia. And she is Lady of the Mist, and she is done on 32 count. She's a beige, but I can't remember the name of it, sorry. And Lady of the Mist was finished in 2014. She is beautiful. Look at those beads in her hair and on the flowers. She's gorgeous. A lot of work in that skirt there, but love how she came out. So she's framed by myself as well, and she hangs up in my bedroom. So the last older finish that I have to show you is it's called Sampler of My Grandmother, and it's by Jardin Prive. And I finished this in 2017, and she again is framed by myself. She's gorgeous. She's one of the first kind of samplers that I did. But I just fell in love with it. I love this little wee lady up here with her hoop. This one here. And you've got needles, you've got hearts, alphabet. So it actually says, a little lass sat in the ingle nook with needle in hand in an earnest look, working away like the busiest bee, counting her stitches, 1, 2, 3, sorting the colours bright and gay as she twirled a tune in a happy way. "What are you doing, dear?" I said. Up flashed the pretty golden head as the wee maid dimpled and answered me. "Why, I'm making a sampler, don't you see? And I wouldn't wonder a bit some day if a sweet little girl might feel proud to say that was made a long, long while ago by my own great-grandma, me, you know." I love the verse. Good, the little house, sheep, pots, the gardener, and her little wee watering can, more sheeps, more little trees, and beautiful roses all the way up the sides. And it looks like I did that on 32 count. She is gorgeous. So yes, one of my first samplers. And that actually hangs up on the wall over on this side over here in my living room. So that's previous finishes. Still many more to go. Trying to kind of pick something from each room each time, so you get some really older ones, some more newer designs, etc. So my finish that I got done was "And Be Kind to One Another" by Needlework Press. Now this is stitched on 40 count. Put it on a board. Didn't think about this one. It's a long skinny piece. And it's gorgeous. The colours stand out very well on this. It's a bit hard with the light. It's a wee bit washed out today. Just push it a bit further forward. But one out of the 2 I own, number 3 that I need to get. I'd like to have all 3 of them done and together. I'm thinking maybe on the wall opposite me, that you can't see at the moment, is where I would like to hang all 3. But we're working on it. So 40 count, and be kind to one another. And this one here, Be Diligent, is in my whips, and we'll need, working on that, hoping to finish that this year. So while I was, that was before I came down with COVID, and while I was sick with COVID, like I said, I couldn't concentrate a lot, and I needed something to do, but I pulled out a couple of my older whips that, you do put a few stitches in and get another squirrel, something catches your eye, and away you go to something else. So I pulled out my Honeysuckle Manor book, and in my Blackbird designs, and in that there's one that I have been started, and it was Summer House Pincushion. Now this is on my whip list and stuff, so I'm wanting to get that done. Didn't get a lot, well, I did actually get a lot done, but I still haven't finished it. Kind of lost interest again, as you do. It is a little bit hard to see, but it is very, get the right angle for the colours. So I've done the house, and I've done the trees at the side. Now you can see it definitely a lot better in person, maybe that side, that's a bit better. So there's just the alphabet to go in the bottom, it fits in here. So really probably one more session on that. But try to count when you're not feeling very good. It's not an easy task. So this is on 40 count as well, and I just love that little cushion and want it done for on my bookshelf. So the next one I pulled out to work on was one that I've had started and I've restarted. Didn't like that, so then I restarted it again. And then I pulled it out and thought I better get on with these because I have beautiful little old like lunchbox type thing that I want to put the set in, so I need to get them finished. So I pulled out, what are we called? Summer Schoolhouse. This is Abecedarian Lessons in Abecedarian by Brenda Gervais. God, that's a mouthful. So this is lesson 1. So when I restarted them on 40 count. And I had only done along down here in the A, B, C, D. That was it. So I have stitched everything except for filling in the house on this one. Oh, and I think I've got a few things to go along the bottom here. Yeah, a few flowers to go along the bottom there. They go on the stem. But that's okay. Another session and this little part should be done. But there are several parts to it. 4 I think. But one has 2 cushions that go in it. But I definitely want to get this series done. It's in my whip list, so that will happen. Stitching this one with the called for threads and a couple of DMCs, a couple that fall off. Pop him down there. So yeah, that was my stitching while I was sick with COVID. Then I started to feel a little bit better, and I thought, well, I need to work on, you know, some of these big samplers that I love. So the first one I pulled out was Consider the Lilies by Heartstring Sampler. Now, she is being stitched on a little information, 36 counts Weiger Antique White. And I am using the DMCs. What tattered, been in and out of the bag a wee bit. Beautiful, beautiful colours. So, this is where I was beforehand, and I've done most of the border around the outside. And I had worked on the house, and this time round I did the trees up the sides and these birds and the little flowers in the sort of the top of it. So we're coming together quite nicely. The house is not finished. Still have a little bit more to go with that. But we have a New Zealand stitching retreat coming up at the beginning of May. And things like that, filling in the house, filling in the other house, are great. And I will take those along and work on those there. So that's how she's looking so far. We're getting there. Goal finish this year. I don't think it'll take too much longer. Still love how she looks. She's beautiful. Sorry, it's going to leave that against the stand. So then I thought, well, we've done her. She's beautiful. Let's get on with some others. So one of the next ones I worked on, I was back at work by then, and one of the next ones was Sarah Brazier. So she's Queen of the May for 2000 and, oh my gosh, I can't remember, 2018 by Hands Across the Sea Samplers. We did make a little bit of progress on this one. She is being stitched on 56 count, just white. Yes, white. Using the DMC threads, 1 strand over 2 threads. So, excuse me, I just grab her from behind. So, this time round, this is what she looks like, all done at the moment, and then underneath is some more of the border, but I haven't filled in the gap, I've just got the outlines. This time round, I did finish off the little bridge thing. Started in here and did these little bits across here, yeah, across here and then down here. It's coming not too bad. Need to be in the mood for this one just because it's on the 56, but that's all good. Normally pick her for a weekend project, and Easter's coming up. I have a few days off, so she might be my Easter project, I think, for this weekend. Next weekend. Oops. Not the TV remote, that's not good. Right, so that was Sarah, and she, yeah, made good progress. Happy with where I got to with that one. Okay, so then I pulled out, sorry, just getting them organised. Ann Diaper, another Hands Across the Sea. It's beautiful. Now I'm stitching her with DMCs. She's got some lovely pinks and oranges, greys, blues. Oh, beautiful colours in here. Now this is one that I dyed myself, the fabric. This is, so we look back, we'll see, this is her so far. She's a big girl. Right, so before I'd done the border edges, and I'd done some of the oranges and some of the, gosh, can't think, mostly the oranges, I think, of the flowers on the border. I've since then done some of these pink ones and some of the blue ones. There's still, you know, the odd one that's still working on with those. Now we had done this flower here, all the greenery in that, so the red's got filled in. Worked on the basket up here, she's completed. Part of the border across here is completed, and started in on this bird over here. Oh jeez. Gosh, sorry, the lighting's not really great today. Yeah, let's put her a bit better. But she's coming along pretty good as well. It's a little bit of progress. I'm happy with that so far this month. That's good. So after that, I pulled out this one. One of my favourites, the Rose Wreath Sampler by Gigi R. She's gorgeous. Love and absolutely love working on this one. Sorry for the crinkling. Now she is big stitched on 40 count antique. It's a white art, and she is stitched with mostly cool, oops, sorry, lose the pile, mostly cool full threads, so sampler shakers, Wheats Dye Works, Classic Colour Works, and then those that I couldn't get are in DMC. This is where we're at. So beforehand, gosh, trying to think, I know what I've put in anyway. So I put, this is where I worked mostly, in this area here. So they were not there before I started this month. So we've done this rose flower motif here, and have started on, this is the big central one that goes around the middle. So there's the little creamy white rose, the pinky red one, some of the leaves, and then we're come around here into another whitey cream one, and then around. She's coming along really good too. She'll come back out again this month for definite. But yeah, I enjoy stitching on all my samplers. Actually, all my projects really. Okay, so the last one that I pulled out was another Hands Across the Sea. her here, Memories of the Past. Now, I'll be working on her for the last couple of days before the end of the month. And I normally do a Hands Across the Sea in that first few days of the month. And I did put a few stitches in this one yesterday, and I probably will for another few days. Not sure if I'll finish out the whole week with her. Otherwise I'll pick up one of the other Hands Across the Sea ones. But, oh gosh, sorry, that's terrible lighting today. This one here, so I've done the outlines of the border. I've finished filling in the dark purple flowers across the top and down that side. I had done the wording. So this time I've started in on the alphabet and the flowers. I've done this border here and this one here, which I haven't filled in the flower colours yet. But these little wee birds here are so cute. And the little wee owl. It's probably a wee bit hard to see. And then on this side it has the same birds and then a different flower underneath. And I think it's another owl on this side here. But I'm so enjoying stitching on here. This is on the 100 threes. And being stitched on, tag on the back, 46 count Russian caramel from number 12 stitch code on Etsy. I've got lots of her fabrics in the 40s and 46s. Love her colours that she comes out with. Especially her sampler ones. They're really nice. And her fabric is just lovely to stitch on. Yeah. So, yeah, that's my latest one that I've been working on. And yeah, like I said, probably the one I will carry on working on in the next few days. I'm trying to think. I haven't been anywhere to do any purchases. I have purchased a couple of things online from market, but they haven't turned up yet, so we'll wait till they arrive. If you're in New Zealand and you're on the New Zealand Facebook group, have you considered coming to the Dunedin Stitching one meetup? It starts first weekend of May and is for 2 days down there. It's a reasonable price. Of course, you've got accommodation, travel, etc. on top. Great to see you if you come along. There's quite a big group of us going. Nice to catch up with friends from top of the North Island, ones down in the south, bottom of the south, even the local ones, because we don't get together very often. Will be really good to see them. So yeah, I'll be planning what I'm going to take and what I'm going to stitch on down there. Haven't really decided, other than 2 lots of houses. Well, I'm going to need something else as well. It's 2 days, have to have a bit more stitching than that. But yeah, that's about it. Looking around, I don't think there's anything else. I've watched a wee bit of Flosstube while I was off. Mostly watched the same movies over and over again because, you know, you fall asleep. But I've been watching Carol, Soapbox Stitcher, and thank you, Carol, for your shout out. And yes, maybe I influenced you a little bit in some of your Hands Across the Seas that you've started, but you also influence a lot of us in some of our choices on what we're stitching. It's not the same project, it's definitely from the same designer. But yes, definitely thank you, Carol, for your shout out. Who else have I been watching? Oh my gosh. When you hear, you can't remember their names. Yeah, Carol's probably the biggest one I've watched. I've watched a few, gone back and watched a few of the past ones of hers as well. Just haven't had a lot of time or a lot of energy this last month. Still feeling quite bleh. Yeah. Thank you to everybody who has come over and watched, liked and subscribed to my videos recently. I've had a little bit of a surge of uptake of subscribers, so thank you very, very much for that. Really appreciate it. It's a wee bit different trying to do it from down here in New Zealand. We don't have the, we have local needlework stores, but we don't have the big local needlework stores like you guys all do in America, which is so lovely to see. One day we'll get there and we'll do that. But yes, so before I ramble too much more, I'd just like to say thank you very much. Keep stitching, guys. One stitch at a time will get those samplers done. Okay, just one stitch at a time. Thank you, and we will see you next time. Bye.